Hi loves, welcome back to my channel. It's Azula from the Hummingbird Coven. Welcome my air signs, my Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Rising, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Venus to your December 2020 Intuitive Oracle Guidance, as well as your individual messages that I will have for you at the end of the reading to look at some shadow work that you might need to work through this month and how you can work with this energy, with your chakra energies and any ancestral guidance that might come through for you. I'm going to jump right into this message as always, so grab your notebooks, grab your tea, grab your candles, your crystals, your blanket, whatever you need to feel comfortable to receive this message, to receive this guidance. And yeah, I'm just going to jump right in. So your overall planet sign and house that is supporting you for the month of December is Uranus in Aquarius in the 12th house. So as we are kind of entering with the great conjunction that is happening this month, with Saturn and Jupiter meeting at 0 degrees in the sign of Aquarius, definitely if you're an Aquarius watching, you may feel this a lot. You just be prepared. I did kind of, as I was meditating on your energy and on the energy of my air signs in general, two very small messages came through, very quick messages. But take your time and remain calm are the energies that kind of came through for you. You also, again, have Uranus supporting you, which can stir things up, which can shake things up, which can cause a bit of chaos, possibly. In good ways and bad ways as well. Like, it's not just completely negative, but there are some shakeups, there are some surprises also that might pop up for you. Even just, I feel like there's an energy of just a completely new idea or understanding of something that maybe was hidden to you before with this 12th house energy, or even kind of remembering maybe a part of something that was hidden in your subconscious is also an energy that's coming through my air signs. So just also be aware and be open to the message that is trying to come through for you. I feel like it is also calling you to, it may be during like your childhood energy is what's coming through. Like the first pretty much 7 years of your life is also connected to 12th house energy, that usually people forget or is just really locked in the subconscious. But I feel like there may be a flash, a memory, or like maybe a deja vu moment or something that is going to remind you of these early years in your life, possibly, that might come up for you and might also change your perspective on certain things that you might be going through now. Is kind of the energy that's coming through, especially, and I think it's also for you to either work out any pain or trauma associated to that time, but also there's an energy of tap back into the wisdom that you came into this world with, who you were as this innocent type of as this innocent being, essentially, is kind of energy coming through. But I'm gonna read these cards for you to see the actions you might want to take as well as the outcomes for you. So stir up the situation by using your vision, seeking oneness with all there is. Be open to new ideas about what's new and different about philanthropy. Invent a way to use an unconventional way and keep your involvement hidden. Yeah, there is also an energy of that's coming through is like, if you have been, like, I feel there's almost an energy of you, like, keep your involvement hidden, using an unconventional way so that you are not necessarily seen in this space or even maybe acknowledged in this space, but you are doing it out of the goodness of your heart and out of the vision of what you know is meant to also unfold within this space, right? Philanthropy. you're giving, you're volunteering your time, your energy, your effort into this space, but you are not, again, you might be doing it in an unconventional way, so that you're kind of more hidden in this space. So take that how that resonates for you. I don't know if that resonates with maybe the thoughts that have been coming through for you, maybe especially if you are usually someone who kind of stands out in the crowd, or is center stage, is also an energy that's coming through. Like, there is a uniqueness, I feel like, definitely about you. Also, that's Aquarius and Uranus energy that's coming through, but I feel like this is for all of my air signs during the month of December. I mean, we're all unique in our own ways. We all have Aquarius somewhere within our chart. So wherever this is affecting, wherever Aquarius is in your personal chart, maybe check where that is and see if maybe that's the area in your life that you're being a little bit more, what would that be, philanthropic? Yeah, where you feel a need to maybe pull back a little bit, detach. It's about detaching from this space. It might be the 12th house for some of you. It might be, let's see, do you have any other houses come out? No. So it might be the 12th house for some of you. It doesn't have to be, but again, take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, so your outcomes. An unusual example of genius to experiment with your faith. A different way of looking at the discoveries of hidden tendencies. Yeah, an unexpected change resulting from the eccentricity of large institutions and overwhelming events. Yeah, I feel like even whatever this is for you, whatever it is that you're lending your time to, your effort, your money, your resources to, sorry, not lending, giving, it is something that is also needed for the future, and that's also probably why you're doing it. You know that it's something maybe that is a little bit out of the ordinary from maybe mainstream, or what's reflected on mainstream. It's a little bit, it's eccentric, it's different, or maybe it's what some people would consider eccentric, is also an energy that's coming through. But there is a certain amount of truth also within this space. It might be a hidden truth, but there is a truth that needs to be brought up to the surface, is also an energy that's coming through. And I think that's also why Uranus is here. Uranus is also in the sign currently of Taurus, shaking things up in that area of our lives. So this could also have to do with your beliefs, your values, your beliefs, your belief system kind of is an energy that's coming through, right? Your faith, but also, again, this area of your resources, and also there's an energy of luxury with Taurus as well, right? So things are shaking up in this space for all of us, depending on where Taurus is in your chart and what house it's affecting for you specifically. But we definitely all feel this energy. Uranus will be moving direct. I want to say in January. I'm pretty sure it's moving direct in the month of January. So it's also slowing down its retrograde energy as well. So again, things are still shifting around. Things are still popping up out of nowhere. Things are still changing. Also, again, there's an energy of in your perspective. A different way of looking at the discoveries of hidden tendencies. This could be you're discovering the hidden tendencies that you have, maybe. And again, it's understanding where they come from. It's going back into that subconscious, into your past, into your memories, into that kind of possibly childhood, your childhood for you, the first 7 years of your life, to shift your perspective on some of these hidden tendencies. Maybe they're within you. They could also be within someone else that you're understanding now as well. You're finding more understanding in this space, I feel like. And that changes how you go about, again, maybe giving in this certain space, or giving in a workspace or in a charity or something like that. It's also 12th house energy. Yeah, so I hope that makes sense, but that's kind of the overall energy that's supporting you. And again, this is definitely going to be heightened for you during that great conjunction when we move into Capricorn season. But it's when Saturn, who is a ruling planet of Capricorn, as well as Jupiter, who is a ruling planet of Sagittarius, the season that we are now leaving, moves in, also the co-ruler of Pisces, which is this 12th house energy coming through. Again, this can have to do with your faith and your spirituality. Might be your perspective is changing slightly. Yeah, they're moving into Aquarius. We're ushering into the age of Aquarius as well, right? So think about what that age was. Think about all the inventions, all the new ideas, all the new projects that were started during that time and around that time that shifted the reality or our perception also of the world as we see it, as we know it. All the revolution type of energy, the rebellion type of energy, also the humanitarian energies, right? And what we hope for, what we wish for the future. Yeah. Okay. So the masculine supporting energy is Leo. The feminine supporting energy is Sagittarius. Again, we are in Sagittarius season currently, and we will be having a solar eclipse in Sagittarius. So that's a new moon eclipse in Sagittarius on the 13th, 14th of this month. And then you have Scorpio energy supporting the union. This is also about changes, things changing. This is also an energy of secrets. So again, hidden tendencies, maybe hidden things might be coming up within your union is also an energy that's coming through. The highest and lowest aspects of. Again, there's also this energy of extremes that Uranus brings as well. So the extremes of the relationship, the extremes of you as an individual, as well as an energy that's coming through, and how that affects the relationships that you are in, whether romantically or in whatever partnership or friendship makes sense for you at this time. And the power that has, the control that you can possibly have over someone or someone can have over you, depending on, again, how you use your power, or maybe how secretive you're being. If someone's being a little bit sneaky, is also an energy that's coming through, or just strategizing in a certain way, possibly to surprise you as well, as an energy that's coming through, right? So just be aware of that energy. The extraordinary power of prayer. So praying over this situation, maybe praying for this union to find some more balance, to find some more, to find even like a different perspective or an understanding of the other is also an energy that's coming through. Pray for this situation, whatever it is for you. I feel like that will be it can be very supportive and powerful in how the future of this looks for you, of this relationship or partnership looks for you. Okay, so I'm going to plug in these energies actually to see exactly what it is for all of you. So for the masculine with this Leo's energy, actually let me just start with the union because I was talking about it. So for the union energy, Uranus and Scorpio in the 12th house. So stir up the situation by using the extraordinary power of prayer, seeking oneness with all there is. Be open to new ideas about the highest and lowest aspects of philanthropy. Invent a way to control the situation and keep your involvement hidden. Okay, let me read your outcomes. An unusual example of purification to resurrect your faith. A different way of looking at the secrets of hidden tendencies, and an unexpected change resulting from the power of large institutions or overwhelming events. Again, I feel like there's a major change maybe happening even in your outside life. that might affect this union in whatever way. Again, there's an energy of like pray over the situation, seek oneness. And I'm getting the energy of like to be able to flow with the situation, like oneness with all there is, meaning oneness with the way the universe is shaking things up right now, the way the universe is changing things around right now in your life, making these major changes, right, with Uranus energy, with this great conjunction that it's happening, like all these major things that is coming through from the planets, that is not just affecting your personal life but also affecting the world, right, as we see it, as we understand it, as our perception allows us to understand it, and how those changes may affect you as an individual, and then also this union or this relationship in whatever way it resonates for you. I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna read the masculine's energy. Stir up the situation by using leadership, seeking oneness with all there is. Be open to new ideas about the creativeness of philanthropy. Invent a way to do what you want to and keep your involvement hidden. An unusual example of self-confidence to create your faith. A different way of looking at taking a chance on hidden tendencies. An unexpected change resulting from the impressiveness of large institutions or overwhelming events. I feel like for the masculines, again, there's this energy of leadership. There's this energy of confidence. As you are moving forward in whatever space this is for you, this could be a change maybe in the outside world in some way that helps in a way your creativity, that supports whatever it is or wherever it is you have been, again, nurturing in your creative space, whatever you have been creating or whatever you want to create as well, right? As we move into this new age, into this new time, I feel like there might be circumstances that are going to be more favorable for you. They're going to come out of nowhere. They can be unexpected. It's impressive though as well. I feel like in the way that things begin to line up for you is also an energy that's coming through. I do also feel this energy of, again, whatever these hidden tendencies might be coming up for you as well, just be careful how it affects or how you present yourself is kind of an energy that's coming through. Again, to make sure that it's not out of this space of ego. Again, because there is an energy of like, you may not necessarily be seen in this space, right? Keep your involvement hidden. You're still doing what you want to do. Like, this was kind of what you got into this in the first place, but you're not so much in the forefront. And I feel like that's actually what is best for you right now, because I do feel like there may be a certain amount of things from past lives or your childhood or whatever the case scenario may be coming up for you, that you kind of need time. Take your time was the message that came through. Take your time to process these emotions, to process and to find understanding, to find clarity, to be able to shift your perception in how you even interact with other people, right? Maybe even understanding someone else's hidden tendencies. A different way of looking at taking a chance on hidden tendencies. Maybe this is someone else's that you are understanding, to understand how they work, to understand maybe how you can work together is also an energy that's coming through. So again, take that as that resonates, but I do feel a lot of confidence for the masculines and a lot of leadership for the masculines at this time, and a lot of creativeness. Continue to be creative. That's what's fueling you right now. Feminines, you have Sagittarius. Again, this is kind of giving me an energy of like study, self-study. Yeah, so you're either studying or you're teaching is kind of the energy that I'm picking up. And I feel like this is there's a certain healing aspect, right? Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which is kind of the healer, the guru, is the energy that's coming through. So you may be kind of filling that role. But yeah, let me just read this for you. Again, there's an energy of you're doing it because you love it. You're doing it because this is what you have learned how to kind of do for yourself, and you're also sharing that with others. Is a bit of the energy that's coming through. Okay. Stir up the situation by using your highest ideals, seeking oneness with all there is. Be open to new ideas about the rules of philanthropy, and invent a way to get it out to the world and keep your involvement hidden. Yeah. Then you have your outcomes, an example of insights to understand your faith, a different way of looking at the wisdom of hidden tendencies, an unexpected change resulting from the understanding of large institutions or overwhelming events. When I was reading that, I heard the word ritual, so I'm not sure if or how that applies to you. Maybe you're someone who does rituals for yourself, or maybe supports in doing rituals for someone else, like a healing type of ritual is kind of the energy that's coming through. Again, take that how that resonates for you. Okay, so I'm going to read the bottom of the deck energies, or your just additional supporting energies. For my masculines, you have Mars with this Leo energy. So yeah, definitely taking action, taking leadership in a certain space. Again, once maybe you have changed your perspective, or once this can also be like a small or large thing. It might be just something within yourself that you need to change so that you can shine in this area, you can create in this area, but you're not doing it for the need of applause is kind of the energy that's coming through. You're doing it because you love it, and you're doing it because when you know that as you are sharing it with others, it may support them as well, no matter how many people that is, as well as kind of the energy that's coming through. You are supporting someone, you are helping someone, you are healing someone in your creative pursuits, and that's all you need. You're doing it for the love of yourself and the love of humanity is kind of the energy that's coming through, right? With this Uranus and Aquarius energy and moving into the age of Aquarius. It's very, again, it's based on also your faith, maybe, is an energy that's coming through. For the feminines, you have Pluto, which is also supporting you. Pluto right now is in the sign of Capricorn still. It's still moving through the sign of Capricorn. Breaking down kind of old beliefs, old structures, transforming this energy, allowing us to also be reborn within this space in whatever way it means for you. Again, wherever Capricorn is in your chart is going to be a little bit different for everyone, so just take what resonates for you. But this is also, I feel like, resurrect your highest ideals is what this says. Again, there's an energy of resurrecting your faith, maybe in humanity, or even your faith within yourself, so that you are able to, again, if you are someone who is a healer or who does rituals in whatever way to support other people, or even a teacher in whatever way that resonates for you, that it is, again, it's because you love doing it, and it's because it's for the good of humanity, the good of whoever it is that you are serving or teaching. But there is also an energy of pressure. Like, I feel like you might, if you have been holding back in this space, maybe you have had lost faith within yourself, or something of that nature, or maybe you were studying. There is a pressure to get it out to the world at this time. Again, this is the time we are moving into the age of Aquarius. This is the breeding ground for those new ideas, that new information, this new way of learning, of teaching, of healing, of doing whatever this is, of learning about spirituality as well, and philanthropy as well. And it is, as we move into the next few years, you don't want to miss the train is also kind of the energy that's coming through. But again, take your time and remain calm. You don't need to rush the process, but understand that there is being pressure put on you right now, my feminines. air signs to get this out to the world within the next few years. I feel like maybe by the time Pluto moves into the sign of Aquarius, although I don't know when that would be. So just take it as it resonates for you. But that is the energy that's coming through for my feminines. And then for my union, you also have Libra supporting you. So again, this could be within your relationships, finding more balance within them. There's an energy of control that is coming through. I don't know if you feel like you're losing control or you're gaining more control in the relationship, but again, whatever resonates with you. But there is, again, an energy of praying over this relationship to, again, maybe understand some of the hidden tendencies within the other, to find a little bit more balance, maybe to find a little bit more control of the situation that you're in, to find more harmony, right? Especially if these are things, these tendencies, this maybe secretive type of energy, or whatever it is that is causing you fear or doubt, or those types of energies. I feel like, yeah, there's an energy of communicating to also heal that, to understand, again, the hidden tendencies and where they come from, and again, how they affect you. It's also acknowledging, I'm hearing, the beauty of the dynamics, the duality of your relationship. And then once you understand the extremes, again, with that Uranus energy, once you understand the extremes of both parties, that is when you can start to work towards the center, work back towards each other, is also the energy that's coming through. So again, take that in whatever way it resonates for you. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner, but that is a strong energy that's coming through. Okay, so those are your planetary energies. I'm going to get into your weekly moon energies that are coming through for you for this month. The energy for this week, again, Scorpio energy coming through for you. So this may be within your union, or again, the union within yourself, right? You have worked through your fears, new moon in Scorpio, and rigid, card number 30. I definitely feel like there is, again, maybe some of these hidden tendencies, these hidden fears that might be coming up for you that you need to work through. You cannot just build up a wall and avoid them. You need to break this wall down. You need to also open yourself up to see, again, there's an energy of see the magic in the way things are changing. I feel like is an energy that's coming through. Acknowledge the magic, acknowledge the beauty within the relationship, as I was talking about. Yeah, because I feel like there are signs coming through for you. There are messages coming through with this bird's energy that are trying to show you the light that's on the other side of this wall that you have put up around you. You need to work through that. You need to work through whatever fear that you have. Also, there's an energy of being vulnerable in this space. Again, there may be an energy of maybe you feel like you lose control a little bit within this space, or when you're with this person. Definitely, like, have healthy boundaries, but don't have, like, I feel like there is an energy of you have walls up that are, again, possibly from your childhood experience, which is why you're reacting in this way, but you need to understand where that comes from so that you can move through it, because I feel like this is a relationship that is a certain amount of magical, a certain amount of powerful as well. Like, I feel like you coming together, again, there's an energy of like this new, this ingenious, this innovative idea that you have when you are together that needs to come into the world. And right now, the walls that you have up are blocking this creation, card number 3, this creative process, this co-creation from from happening. You need to work through your fears for the remainder of this first week. Because, yeah, things are going to start to speed up real quick. We have, again, that solar eclipse in Sagittarius. And then the next week, the next Monday, we have the winter solstice, the Great Conjunction, as well as a first quarter moon in Pisces and Aries. Pisces ruling that 12th house energy, and then Aries with that Mars energy that came through for the masculine. Again, this is a masculine within all of us. So in whatever way that it resonates for you the most, it's this confidence, this self-confidence, this creative energy. There's also an energy, again, of the inner child that needs to be tended to, that needs to be honored and nurtured to move forward in this space, move forward in a space of leadership. And it's also what you want to do. Like, I feel like there is an energy of you do enjoy doing this, maybe with this person, but you're afraid of not being in control. It's not about control. It's about finding the balance and working together and working in harmony. So yeah, you need to work through and break down some of these walls during this first week. The week of the solar eclipse, you have new moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. And honesty, card number 26. So we are moving into Capricorn season with the energy of this. Oh, sorry. That would be the next week with the winter solstice, I believe, right? Yeah, the 21st, 22nd is usually the change of the seasons with the sun. But we're approaching Capricorn season nonetheless. And there is that energy of Pluto that is supporting the divine feminines, which is the ruling planet also of Scorpio, by the way, is again doing some transformation work in this sign of Capricorn that you have probably been feeling for the majority of this year. Again, if you know your natal chart, or if you work with that, or if you have your time of birth, I have a natal chart calculator posted down below, and you can check where this might be affecting you in your life. But your hard work is paying off. I feel like also because you are being honest about Capricorn energy is also about boundaries and structure and restriction. So you're being honest about where it is that you are still blocked is an energy that's coming through. Where you're still struggling, where you're still having trouble, maybe breaking these walls because of things from your past that maybe you don't even remember, or even past life things. Like this might be generational as well, is kind of an energy that's coming through that you are trying to break, like these cycles that you're trying to break. Be honest in your relationship about this. It's about communicating about where you're at. You do have Mercury, which is in the sign of Sagittarius right now, and it will be moving into the sign of Capricorn on the 20th, so the day before this great conjunction. So it's moving towards a sign as well, moving towards the sign of Capricorn. Again, it's communicating about where you're still stuck, where you're still bound, where you're still having restrictions or struggles or boundaries up. Pluto is working to break those down and transform them into something that is more useful for you as well. Again, creating healthier boundaries instead of these walls that you have up that's just blocking out everyone and everything. It's making you a little bit cold, I feel like, is an energy that's coming through. With this fire energy, there's a rekindling, there's a warmth that needs to come through. Your hard work is paying off though. You have been working at this. You have been working to try to figure this out and try to break these walls down, to be in a more vulnerable place as well, in maybe less control. But again, if this is, and I feel like it is, a relationship for you, that there's something in you, again, there's an energy of like it's re-sparked or rekindled a flame. It's about allowing yourself to be, also there's an energy of intimate within this space. Again, in whatever way that resonates for you. Card number 26, card number 8. Yeah, you're moving through the cycle. two new moon energies. So this is new energy is also trying to come into your life again within this space, whatever it is for you, whether it is like a romantic relationship or a business partnership is also coming through with that Capricorn energy, or both, right? Because again, I feel like it's the meeting of these two entities that are like the perfect, their one's strengths is maybe where the other one has a little bit of weakness, one, and then vice versa is kind of the energy, and you help each other again to understand your extremes and to find more of a balance, of a center, so that again you can co-create together to help you also move through this cycle, move into this new year, move into this new age. It's the energy that's coming through for the next week. So the week of the Great Conjunction. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. A new romantic cycle begins. For some of you, this might be letting go of an old relationship. I don't think this is for a lot of you, but for some of you, this might be once you completely, or even if it was like a past relationship, but you just had trouble cutting the emotional ties that were also still keeping you held up from opening yourself up to let someone new in. There's an energy of like you will be able, like your hard work is paying off, maybe even there's an energy with this fire and like cutting a cord or cutting a tie, emotional tie. There's this symbolic way that you maybe, ritual is the energy that came through, that ritual energy. So whatever way that means, whatever way that resonates for you, there's this ritual with maybe string and this candle and this fire, and consciously cutting that cord so that you are able to step in, you are able to be open enough to step into this new romantic cycle with healthy walls, though. It says reminder. Remember the lessons. Again, like, it's not going back into your hidden tendencies, going back into your childhood. Yes, it's about understanding what hurt you and what made you maybe put up these walls in the first place, but it's also understanding what you learned about yourself in protecting yourself, like how you protect yourself, how you protect your peace. And especially maybe if you have been in a time of separation, or just by yourself, kind of going through your own healing work in whatever way that makes sense for you. It's about remembering the lessons. Don't forget the lessons that you've learned. Don't forget the things that you need to let go. Yes, remember to let them go. Remember to cut them out. Remember to continue to work at choosing different than maybe you have in the past. But also don't forget the healthy boundaries that are in place to protect who you are as an individual, right? Again, there's this energy of feeling like you have a loss of control within this space. And I feel like that's more so just because the connection, the flame, the fire, the passion within this union or within this partnership, the creativeness, like the creative symmetry is the word that just came through. But yeah, like you just, your minds, your vision, your ideas are so in line that it's kind of unsettling maybe for some of you, or could also be so in line once you have also this change of perspective or understanding of a perspective or a perception of someone else is also an energy that's coming through. But yeah, it's about having healthy boundaries so that you don't lose your individuality, but opening yourself up so that you can work in this partnership, in this union, in this relationship in a way that is like in harmony, in a way that is benefiting both of you, in a way that supports both of you, in also completing whatever this maybe generational cycle is for you and creating a new story. This is definitely a time to create a new story, a new existence, a new reality, a new perspective and perception of your life that you are creating. There is an energy of you're creating history as well. Again, I don't want to put pressure on you, but there is that energy of pressure on you. Again, take your time, remain calm, but there is that energy that is coming through. Okay, the last week, you have what do you need to release and individuality. So maybe for some of you, I'm seeing this in two ways, again, because I'm reading for the general public, but you will know what is meant for you. Do you need to maybe, again, release a relationship so that you can open yourself up to a new romantic cycle? Or do some of you need to release a little bit of your individuality so that you are able to better harmonize and come together within this union for the greater good of humanity? Because your creative vision and ideas fit so beautifully together and can create something for the whole. Again, maybe where you're not specifically in the spotlight, but it might be a group of people who you are working with to bring this into fruition. Again, take that how that resonates. But there is also an energy of like, don't be afraid that you're going to maybe lose your individuality or your sense of self. For some of you, there may be an energy of in your childhood, in your past, you may have felt like you lost your individuality and you fought so hard for your teen to and adult years and young adult years, depending on how old you are as well. I don't know. There's a lot of people watching. Or a broad amount of people watching. I don't know if there's a lot of people watching, but you fought so hard to regain this sense of individuality and who you are. So maybe for some of you now, you're afraid that you're gonna lose that if you open up to this new relationship. And Spirit is saying, like, you need to break some of these walls down. You need to break some of these boundaries. You also need to be honest with yourself about what you want and what you hope for yourself and for also, again, in this creative space for humanity. But if you do want love, if you do want a relationship, you need to understand, what do you need to release? What are some of the walls that you need to release? To let love in is kind of an energy that's coming through. To let support in, even for some of you, to let help in, so that, again, it's either the two of you or it's this group of you that are coming forward with these new ideas, this genius type energy, this inventive energy. Yeah. Card number 47. Card number 11, sorry. I was reading this one. So you have 10 and 11. Hold on. 3, 8, 10, and 11. Yeah. There's an energy of you're creating a new cycle and also completing an old cycle to move into this new time, into this portal energy, into this new doorway, into this new story, again, into this new reality, is what's coming through. Okay, your bottom of the deck energies for these cards are conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse, which we did have a full moon eclipse on the 30th of November. That was the Gemini, so my air signs, that was the Gemini full moon eclipse. Gemini is also the card in tarot for the lovers, and it also represents the twins. This could also be a relationship for some of you. This could be with your siblings, with your family in some sense. Again, take what resonates for you, leave the rest for someone else. But you have that full moon eclipse energy of opening up to also relationships, partnerships, friendships even, as well as an energy that's coming through. Conclusions are within reach. You are concluding, again, this old cycle that you have been going through, these old tendencies, these old behavioral patterns, these old reactions also that you had when you were trying to protect yourself from pain or hurt or sadness in the past. Or even when you were building back up your individuality and you put walls up to make sure that you never lost yourself again. Conclusions are within reach, and then we have this energy of fragment that is coming through. Again, this kind of feels like this is a fragment of this new vision that is coming through for you. Card number 15, card number 6. Okay, I just heard possibly in 2022, I don't know, something about 2022. Maybe this is that is when this project or whatever comes into fruition, or maybe that is, I just feel like 2022 could be, it's a 6 universal year, which is why it's coming through with card number 15, which equals a 6. It's a 6 universal year. So I feel like 2021, this is also, 2021 is a universal 5 year. So this is definitely going to be a year of change, major changes that are happening. Again, we're moving into the age of Aquarius, and Aquarius's planetary ruler, Uranus, moves direct in January in the sign of Taurus. So again, if you know where Taurus is, or maybe some of you want to look at the earth signs reading, there's going to be a huge shift in that area of your life for you, depending on what that is. 2022, just mark that down. But there's a balance. Again, there's a harmony that's coming through with this Libra energy that is coming through for you. Again, my Libras. I feel like whatever it is, whether this is a relationship, a friendship, or like a work partnership, or this is like a group of people, a collective of people, you all have the same goal. You all have the same or these new ideas that you're also sharing with each other, and finding the symmetry, right, is the energy that came through. The symmetry that is supportive of this vision of the future is an energy that's coming through. For some of you, again, you need to embrace your individuality a little bit more. Is also an energy that's coming through. Again, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But okay, so that is your moon messages for the month of December 2020, my air signs. I'm going to get into your individual messages now. Again, I will have those timestamps posted for you down below, so I will see you at your time. Hi, my Geminis, rising, sun, moon, Mercury, and Venus. This is the overall shadow that you might want to work with this month. That might be coming up for you to help you to release those fears, right, that you need to release for this month, to support you in moving forward. The chakra card that you can work with, as well as the ancestral guidance for you. I'm going to start with your bottom of the deck energy. So this is your underlying energy or your underlying theme for what might be coming up for you this month. You have the card of nurture. The waters run deep. So I'm going to read this shadow element of this card. Pouring too much into the cup or the needs of others without having your cup replenished in return. Many people believe being there for others, even when those very same people aren't there for them, is a positive character trait to show how loyal they are. It's not. It is a flaw. There is no nobility in neglecting your own emotional needs for the sake of those around you, just to be seen as selflessly ride or die. In fact, it really only makes the problem worse. Interpersonal relationships only operate on the parameters of how you and the other party want them to operate. If you have boundaries, one of three things may happen. Some may leave, let them. Anyone who has issues with you maintaining self-preservation is telling on themselves for more reason than one. 2, some will stick around and complain. This may be illustrated by challenging your loyalty to that party. And some will adjust and respect you for it and act accordingly. With this card, your guides are suggesting you're letting your needs fall by the wayside, giving so much of yourself to others to be seen as a good friend, good partner, or good family member, and are feeling like an afterthought or alternatively, like no thought at all in return. This could be because you're either avoiding your own problems, because helping others gives you a sense of purpose and makes you feel as though on the periphery yours aren't as pressing or dire, or your long-term neglect of yourself has convinced you that your needs are inconsequential or flat out unimportant. Yeah, so for my Geminis, there may be an energy of kind of taking back your individuality, taking care of yourself. What do you need to release? Maybe you need to release always being there for other people in a certain sense. Maybe this is a change that's coming through for you, or you just need stronger boundaries for yourself, healthier boundaries for yourself, to make sure that you are honoring yourself, and your needs first before you maybe step into a partnership or or a relationship for you. So that is the underlying energy. And your shadow card is the card of lust. One who embraces a lot cannot squeeze very hard. There is a bit of an energy of you maybe wanting to help or wanting to support other people because you're running away from your own shadows, is kind of an energy that's coming through, your own issues or hidden tendencies that might be coming up within yourself. So there may be an energy of overcompensating by trying to do so much for other people, when really you need to deal with whatever energy that's coming up for you within yourself. Be honest with yourself, be honest with others as well. So you have the card of lust. So the shadow element of this card is searching for something in someone or some action that you are missing in yourself. To be clear, this card is not talking about stringless sexual encounters, at least not in its entirety. It is talking about addictions and calling on the shadow element of using actions, people, substances as a boundless way to harness artificial happiness. It can be the need for affectionate connection to feel desired, or perhaps hopping from committed relationship to relationship to feel needed, or possibly drug or alcohol addiction to escape, or even uncommonly work addiction to feel productive, necessary, and capable, where you may feel you fall short in everyday life. Lust, while can be defined as an intense sexual desire, it is, in this context, using the latter definition of having a passionate desire for something, anything, that serves to fulfill your need. It is important to recognize that longing. And figure out what you feel you are missing that keeps you returning to old patterns, and try to harvest these qualities within yourself. Is it love, escapism, validation? Take a moment. Take your time, right? Is the energy that I pulled for my air signs. So just be aware if you are trying to do all this for all these other people, when you need to be paying a little bit more attention to yourself and to what you feel also that you are missing, is the energy that's coming through. The bottom of the deck for your ancestral guidance is self-acceptance. Nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself. When you offer your whole being fully to love, self-acceptance arises spontaneously. May I rest in our oneness, dear divine. Yeah, there's an energy of accept. Also, again, like what is coming up for you, accept your truth. There is an energy that was coming through of this inner, with Leo's energy, this energy of the inner child, but also the energy of ego. So it's just being aware of your intentions when taking the actions that you're taking, maybe to try to prove to yourself that maybe you haven't been toxic, or been maybe even there is an energy of like manipulative and sneaky, right? it's, again, be honest with yourself. I'm not here to come at anyone. I'm just reading the energy as I feel it and as I see it and as I hear it. So don't shoot the messenger, but just be honest with yourself and accept yourself. Accept the good of you and maybe the not so great things that you have done, or actions that you have taken, and acknowledging them and working through them, shifting your perspective of also maybe why you do the things you do, why you help in the way that you help. Again, maybe it's taking a little bit more of a back seat in order to protect yourself and your peace, and also to be able to work on the healing that you need to work through during this month, especially if it is something like an addiction, in whatever way that makes sense most for you, something that you continuously are taking from, but it is not giving back to you as well. It could be the energy that's coming through. Again, whether it could be drugs or alcohol, or again, overworking, or overeating or undereating, or whatever it is for you, that you constantly go to this space to try to feel fulfillment. And in the long run, it's harming you more than it is helping you, and it could eventually it just could eventually be destructive to you, in a possibly chaotic way. So just be aware. There's definitely an energy of awareness coming through with your chakra cards. You have 2 crown chakra cards. So this definitely is about being mindful about the actions that you take, why you take them. Again, understanding the hidden tendencies. Also, this energy of escapism is 12th house energy. So that could also be why this is coming up for you. It's acknowledging how it is that you do escape when you are possibly faced with your own shadow, or with a tough situation, or with sudden change in your life as well, with that Uranus energy. So yeah, just be aware, just be conscious. But the messages that you have is spiritual awakening is at the bottom of your deck. So you could definitely be going through a spiritual awakening as you understand, right? As you get to know and as you accept yourself, your light, your personal light and shadow. Card number 29, right? Card number 11, which is what came through with that card of individuality as well. So there may be, again, an energy of you need to come back within yourself just a bit, to go through your own healing work and to refine your sense of who you are truly as an individual. Again, acknowledging the amazing things that you have done in this life, and also the not so great things, or the shadow elements that you have acted out on. Also, again, possibly within your childhood or within a past life, this might be coming up for you. So there is definitely a crown chakra activation that is happening for you, that is helping you also stay present. I am presence. I am present. Stay present in the moment. Again, there's a lot of major change that's happening. There's a lot of shifting around that's happening, and possibly that could have happened this year for you in your life. Again, just be very aware. Just stay conscious, stay present. Card number 30, again, there's something new that is trying to be created and co-created with you in spirit. It's also acknowledging the ways that you do co-create with spirit. So what have you manifested into your reality based on the actions that you have taken, either giving too much to someone else or, again, to a substance? And what are the consequences that now kind of, there's an energy of plague your life, but kind of follow you or haunt you even, that, again, you're being called during the month of December to work through, to find some more clarity is also an energy that's coming through, and more self-acceptance. True offering is your ancestral guidance. So again, are you giving to this space out of out of your heart space, out of just the love that you have for doing this and wanting to help others? Or are you doing it for your ego, to feel validated or to feel accepted in a certain space or community or by someone? True offering. May I release the fears, illusions, and addictions that keep me from true offering. May I relax into your plan, trusting that the next steps will always be shown. Use me, love. Use me for the highest. I am yours alone. Yeah, it's also allowing spirit to move through you. It's allowing your own consciousness to move through you and to support your actions, to support, again, the intention of why you're doing a certain thing, why you feel you want to help in a certain space, why you're lending your ideas or your voice into a certain space. True offering. It is for the highest good of humanity. It is not for the personal ego. It is not to feel accepted or liked or validated. Be whole within yourself. Again, that individual energy. Be one with yourself. Be complete within yourself. Accept yourself for who you are. You don't have to there's also an energy of perform anymore. Heal is very much the energy that's coming through. Heal. I mean, this is the Hummingbird Coven, so I do hope that this message supported you and this message guides you. You need to fill your own cup right now. You need to heal yourself right now. So you can work with your crown chakra, and I'm going to pull one tarot card for you for just any additional message or guidance to see what else, what any other energies you can work with, or maybe an element that you can work with this month. Definitely water might be coming through for you. Of course, you can always work with the element of air, my air signs, but also, again, as we're having the strong Aquarius energy that came through for you. And this crown chakra energy is also giving me like your air, your breath work maybe can be supportive to you. But what is the overall tarot card for my Geminis? I'm going to put that back just because 2 cards came out, but you did have pentacle energy that's coming out for you. So maybe working with the element of earth in whatever way makes sense for you. What is the overall tarot card? Thank you. Wow. Okay. Yeah. We have the Devil card. So again, this could be any addictions that you might have, or again, this escapism energy, or as I was talking about before, because in tarot, the Devil card is usually associated with the energy of Capricorn. Again, that restrictions, those there's an energy of order. There is also an energy of control with the Devil's card as well. But again, like that restriction, that boundary, or feeling bound maybe to a certain substance, possibly for some of you. So just be, again, aware of whatever addictions, whatever illusions, right? Whatever illusions or fears that are coming through for you. Are you taking action out of the fear of not being liked or not being, again, like whatever it is for you? Why are you, intention is very much coming through. Stay present during the month of December, my Geminis. Just be very aware. You will be successful. You will be victorious over this energy. You will be victorious over this period, this season. It's merely a season that you are working through in your life. You will find balance. The Devil card is also card number 6. And this card there is light that is also in this card. There is a certain amount of magic and mystery and mysticism and charm and seduction that are not necessarily negative, right? So it's just about how you work with their energy, how you bring together the extremes of yourself, right? The light of yourself and your shadow. How do they come together to help you to move forward in success and victory? Wow, you have the Empress under that and the Queen of Pentacles under that. And then I have to show this as well. You have the Star card. So you have 2 major arcana cards with the Star and the Empress. There's definitely also a strong feminine energy that may be playing a part. That may be playing a part for you, whether this is your energy or someone else's energy. There's a strong feminine energy here, but either you are the Empress. You're taking back your power. You're taking back and you're grounding yourself in your truth, in your values, in your beliefs. Queen of Pentacles is usually associated with Taurus energy. You're grounded, you're stable, you're secure. And then the Star card is usually equated to Aquarius energy, which is about you have faith, you have hope for the future. And it's also a card of healing. You are healing. You are allowing yourself to be vulnerable within yourself as well as an energy that's coming through. Again, stay present, stay aware, stay conscious of how your light and your shadow show up in your life, and how that affects you, and how it affects your actions, and then how it affects what manifests in your life is what's coming through. So that is your message. That is your energy, my Geminis. I hope that was supportive to you. Again, you can work with the energies of your crown chakra, as well as you do have the Six of Wands, so you can work with the element of fire. You can work with, actually I would say you can work with all of the elements if that makes sense for you, but you can definitely work with the element of fire. Again, maybe that candle ritual to support you in cutting the ties with maybe any addiction that you have, or anything that you feel bound to or stuck to, or anyone that you may feel bound or stuck to as well. You can work with fire, you can work with water, you can work with earth and air. But that is your message, my Geminis. Again, I hope that was supportive to you. I will see you in my next one. Happy healing. Bye. Hi, my Libras, rising, sun, moon, Mercury, and Venus. This is the overall shadow element that you might want to work with this month. That might be coming up for you to work through. The overall chakra card, chakra energy that will support you in working with this energy, as well as the ancestral guidance to support you as well. I'm going to read the bottom of the deck energies first. This is the underlying energy, or the underlying theme of what this shadow might be bringing up for you. So you have the card of possess. The shadow is behind you. So the shadow element of this card is presence of entitlement, selfishness, or harboring negative energy. It is important to never lose one's sense of proportion. What that means is that it is through ourselves that we recognize when we're taking more than we give. Is that because we feel we are deserving of it, or because we simply do not consider others? That behavior can manifest as always seeking to gain something for as little input as possible from our fellow humans, or simply always putting yourself first in any and every situation. For example, never venerating your spirits for the sake of it, merely coming to them when you are in need and fully expecting to be helped, or always venting to your friends about your issues and never being there in their time of need. Sure, these can be easily forgotten and perhaps it is unintentional, but to live by the process of spiritual ascension means to live with intention, and this card is asking you to take stock of your spiritual and physical interpersonal relationships and make sure you're giving as much as you desire to take. So that is the underlying energy for you, and I'm going to read your card that came through as well. You have the card of Egun, which means ancestors. The dead stand in waiting. Your ancestors are waiting for you. I feel like that message of venerating your spirits just for the sake of it, not just coming to them when you need something, when you need a problem solved, when you need advice on something. It's about celebrating in the ways that they support you in every single day of your life, whether you know it or not, is also the energy that's coming through. But let me read this card for you and see what the shadow element is. Not honoring one's ancestors properly, or allowing those tasks to fall by the wayside. The dead stand in waiting for you to acknowledge and respect them. This card is maybe the most straightforward card in the deck, but also the most encompassing. This deck is a way to connect to your ancestors and what they have to say about your shadow side, but one must not forget to honor, venerate, and serve them in a way that is appropriate for them, having your best interests at heart. This card is summoning you to do the work for them, to continue feeling appreciated as spirit guides that are constantly assisting you on your path. It is letting you know they are with you, but they are asking you to take this connection more seriously. Do your offerings. Speak with them in earnest. Don't be afraid to ask for guidance. Yeah, so that is the overall shadow energy that's coming through for you this month, my Libras. Your ancestors want to talk to you. Your ancestors are calling you. Your ancestors are asking you to pay attention also to the guidance that they are trying to give you when you're not maybe necessarily looking for it, right? They're trying to make you aware of the shadows that of, what was it? Entitlement, or just harboring negative energy and those types of things that the underlying energy kind of brought through for you. But yeah, your ancestors are asking for some attention during the month of December. So whatever that is, again, ritual is coming through. So however it is that you pay homage to them, however it is that you venerate their energy, whatever rituals that you do in your everyday life to continue to feel their presence in your life and their protection and their guidance. Yeah, it's about taking the connection more seriously. Okay, you have the card of family as your chakra card. That's your root chakra. Yeah, so definitely this is about your family. This is about your ancestors. This is the energy that's coming through for you the strongest. You also have the bottom of the deck energy is play. Your heart chakra energy, which is giving me this childlike energy. Like, again, there's the message of ritual is coming through. The bottom of the deck for your ancestral guidance as well is mistakes. There may be, you are afraid to connect with them because you feel like you might be making a mistake or you're just doing it in the wrong way or something like that. But this is about, okay, I'm just going to read the card because it says it so perfectly. Allow me to know it's okay to make mistakes. Let me always take care of the inner child so he or she feels loved no matter what. Your ancestors are just asking you to be playful, be creative, right? Be creative in the way that you communicate with them. That Sagittarius energy as well is about self-study and also spiritual study. So they're asking you to pay more attention to your spiritual study, to your self-study, to your study of your family, of your ancestors. They have nothing but love to give you. It's not about finding love. You are love itself. Help me, Lord, to send so much compassion and caring to the inner child that I always remember I myself am love. Yeah, there is an energy also if maybe in your childhood, if you were hurt or if you did have those like rigid walls up, or you were forced to put walls up to protect yourself, depending on your environment, maybe you were separated from your family, or maybe which is maybe possibly for some of you why you're afraid of making mistakes and trying to contact your ancestors, because maybe you just don't know who they are. I feel like that's for a few of you, though. I don't think that's for everyone. But again, take the message that resonates the most with you. But don't be afraid of making mistakes. Make it like, as long as it's coming from your heart space, as long as it's coming from this place of innocence, as long as the intention, right, is what came through. The intention is pure. The intention is also grounded, is rooted in an earnest and heartfelt desire to connect with your ancestors and with your family, maybe, or also maybe your ancestors are helping you with family dynamics. It's an energy that's coming through. Just be creative in this space. Again, just be playful and trust, but but spend time, like take out the time to talk to your ancestors and to venerate their energy and to do maybe some rituals for them, just because you're grateful again for the ways that they do support you, that they have maybe brought love and maybe even family into your life. I'm going to pull your tarot card to close out the message, but again, you can work with your root chakra and your heart chakra during the month of December to help you with this shadow work that you need to do, which is connecting to your ancestors, connecting to your family, connecting to this love as well. There's also an energy of unconditional love that's coming through with that 12th house energy, which is Pisces energy and also Neptune's energy, which has to do with this idea of unconditional love as well. Kind of the love that comes from all there is, right? That comes from whatever the creator, whatever creator you pray to. Okay, what is the tarot card for my Libras? What is the additional message or the energy that they can work with? Queen of Swords. This may be, you have two kind of cards. So, sorry, Queen of Swords in this deck, in this African American tarot deck, is depicted as Yamoja, which is the mother of the Orishas. And she is also associated with dolphins. She is the mermaid energy as well, but she's associated also with dolphins. There is, again, this teacher energy that's coming through for you. Queen of Swords is also associated sometimes with the energy of Aquarius. So there is also a space of detachment that's coming through. Maybe you need to detach from the outside world a little bit, maybe the chaos that's going on within the outside world, to come back into yourself, to come back to your ancestors. Again, the energy of the power of prayer is coming through very strongly for you. But this may be a feminine ancestor that is coming through for you, that wants to help you learn a lesson, that wants to bring you clarity, that wants to support you in whatever way this makes sense for you. This could be mother, grandmother, great-grandmother type of energy, but really just a matriarch type of figure that is coming through for you to support you, to heal you, to nurture you, to teach you. I kind of want to read this card. I'm just going to grab the booklet real quick and I'll be back. Okay, so we're back. Again, this card of the Queen of Swords, Yamoja, also pronounced Yamaya, you might hear that as well, is the protector goddess of women in childbirth. So there is an energy that's coming through as well. You may be someone, like maybe you're a doula or a midwife of some kind. You may be supporting someone in childbirth, or you may be expanding your own family and going into childbirth. So you may also have a feminine ancestor, a matriarch maybe in your family that is supporting you in this process. If not, though, if it's not about children or childbirth, this could just also be one of your feminine ancestors that is coming through, that wants to guide you, that wants to teach you, that wants to bring you clarity. Okay, but let me read this card. So, intellectual independence, ability to follow many trains of thought simultaneously, a complex, highly intelligent person, a balance between emotions and intellect is the energy of this card. I also feel it's a bit of an energy of balance between the emotions and the intellect. Again, there's this feeling of like you don't want to make a mistake, or something to do with like this logically doesn't make sense to you, or like there isn't a clear maybe way of going about something. Maybe you don't think you have the right words to say or something of that nature. And again, it's about more so following or balancing with your emotional space, right? With your heart space, and just being creative, just being playful within this space, and being also open to what might come through. I feel like a lot might come through. There is an energy of like, but you will be able to balance it as well, right? Someone who can manage a lot of thoughts at the same time in their headspace. 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. There is definitely an energy of like emotional bliss, satisfaction, happiness, of like, this is like family fulfillment as well. Again, there's a lot of love coming through for you. I don't know if you're maybe even like creating a family of your own. Again, for some of you, if you are a mother, if you're expecting, or if you're someone in your life is expecting, your family is expanding, and the ancestors have guidance for you and maybe even for that person. But yeah, you need to come back to your ancestral practice to receive their guidance, to receive their wisdom, and remove any fears that you have of making these mistakes. Just again, your intention, right? What is your intention that you're putting into it? As long as you're putting conscious thought, balanced with emotional like vulnerability and freedom is also an energy that's coming through. Also with that Aquarius energy, that Uranus Aquarius energy, this idea of freedom, the freedom to play within this space, and again be open to what you receive when you give in this way, is very much the energy that's coming through. And I feel like, again, it is going to be a lot of emotional bliss and satisfaction. This is a completion of a cycle. The 10 of Cup, or the tens in general, is usually a completion of a cycle. But yeah, this is emotional bliss, this is happiness, this is satisfaction, this is abundance, this is joy, this is love, this is a happy home. This is rebirth, renewal, perfection of a situation, a positive outcome, contentment, happiness, and family harmony. That's kind of the energy I was picking up. Family harmony is also coming through for you. Yeah. So those are your messages, and that is the energy that you can work with this shadow energy for the month of December, my Libras. So you can work with the element of air, of course, always. You can also work with the element of water. Can be very supportive to you. Again, the balance of your head and your heart space, right? Your intellect and your emotions is very much coming through. Again, your root chakra and your heart chakra. This is also card number 5. So again, this is a change that needs to happen within this space to find more familial harmony and more love in this situation. And card number 2, or 20, which is card number 2. So again, this is a relationship. This could also be a relationship possibly with a mother and a child, is also an energy that's coming through. Again, so just take it how it resonates the most for you. And I will see you in my next one. Happy healing. Bye. Hi, my Aquarius, rising, sun, moon, Mercury, and Venus. This is the overall shadow element that you might want to work through, that might be coming up for you this month to work through, as well as your chakra guidance that will support you. The chakra that you can work with to support you in working with this shadow, as well as the ancestral guidance to also support you in this process. I'm going to read the bottom of the deck for you, as I've been doing for all of my air signs. So this is the underlying energy coming through for you, the underlying shadow energy that might be coming up, the kind of underlying theme that might be coming up for you. So you have the card of Mercurial. Today cannot be like tomorrow. Today cannot be like tomorrow. I'm just going to read this card for you. So the shadow element of this card is to be fickle and indecisive, struggling with keeping focus on any one thing, prone to diving headfirst into something of interest and promptly abandoning it. There's a difference between being spontaneous versus being unreliable. There's also a difference between needing new experiences for excitement versus escapism. There was that energy of escapism that came through with 12th house energy is escapism energy as well. This card announces the presence of instability within one's interests, follow through, and ability to complete projects or fulfill obligations. In a shadow context, this could be a calling on you to take stock of your unfinished business and the loose ends. It can also be questioning why you feel the need to switch from objective to objective, be it travel, career, hobby, or relationships. What are you avoiding? What are you seeking that the last thing didn't fulfill? Why does sticking with something or someone bore you almost immediately? Why do you make plans and then regret them after the fact? So these are questions that you can ask yourself during this month, or questions that might be coming up for you during this month to kind of think about and to work through. There is an energy of being honest with yourself. You have the card of truth for the ancestral guidance. This is the bottom of the deck. So the underlying energy of the message that they're bringing in for you this month is truth. When everything is done as an offering, even the act of speaking, you get shown when to talk and when to be silent. Your words come from silence, not fear. You do the talking, dear Lord. Take me over and speak through me. So that is the underlying energy that's coming through, being honest, being truthful, not speaking from a place of fear or a place of lack or a place of even boredom is also an energy that's coming through for you. Again, like, why do you feel bored? And this is giving me kind of Four of Cups energy, which is you have these 3 cups in front of you that you've kind of put your emotions into, you've put your time, your effort into. Maybe they didn't give back to you in the way that you thought it would, or they didn't they weren't as fulfilling as maybe you thought they would be. And Spirit is trying to show you, or trying to give you, a new cup. It's trying to give you, again, this is the Four of Cups, right? So they're trying to give you, it's usually depicted as this hand coming in from a cloud with another cup in its hand. But you're here sitting at these 3 cups that you're kind of bored with. You're discontent. And there's an energy of you're missing an opportunity. You're missing this new cup, this new love that is trying to come into your life. Whether that be travel, career, hobby, or relationships, or whatever makes the most sense for you, you're missing an opportunity because you're focused on something else, or you keep changing up something and not seeing what Spirit is trying to give you. You're moving. There's energy of you're moving from a space of ego, in a way, which is kind of everyone's energy. Like literally humanity right now is kind of going through an ego death as we move into this new age, into the age of Aquarius, into the age of this new energy, which it makes sense. Like, especially my Aquarius, you like things that are new and exciting. That is your energy, and there's nothing wrong with that. But don't get too caught up in so many things that you can't hold on also to what truly matters. And again, being truthful, being honest with yourself. What do you want? What do you hope for yourself, and maybe in your relationships, or in a career space, or when it comes to travel? What do you want truly? Okay, so I'm going to read the shadow card that has come up for you. You have the energy of toil with this bull energy that's coming through. Again, it's giving me Taurus energy, as well as Uranus retrograde in the sign of Taurus. So again, check that area of your chart if you have your birth time, to maybe see where this is affecting you the most, where Uranus, your ruling planet, right? Where your ruling planet is affecting you the most at this time. He who aims too much gets very little. Yeah. Again, there's an energy of spreading yourself too thin a little bit. Yeah. So the shadow element of this card is struggling with feeling overworked, but feeling guilty when rest is needed and acted upon. There exist so many books, articles, and videos showing us how to take a guilt-free rest. Why does the idea that unless you're toiling in the soil 24/7, that you're otherwise wasting the precious non-refundable time in your life by taking a mental health day to recoup, regroup, and realign. We oftentimes need outside validation to tell us, yes, it's okay. Burnout is a documented concept. Give it a break before we take a step back and be still. This card suggests that you're struggling with this balance, never allowing yourself time to live your life outside of work or family obligations, and belittling your need for a day off. Being a harder worker is all well and good. However, one of the main draws to being efficient is being able to step away and appreciate the progress made, acknowledging the future and disconnecting in order to recharge and come back to tackle the remaining objectives. Yeah, you're working too hard, and also possibly in many different areas, and you're spreading yourself too thin. You need to take some time to rest, because I feel like if you are honest with yourself, you know that there is an inner rebirth that is happening within you right now. I mean, we are moving, 2 major planets are moving into your sign, into the sign of Aquarius. So there is a huge upgrade is kind of what's happening, like a leveling up. That is happening, that you need time to realign with as well. If you're working and doing all these different things, I feel like you might miss this also rebirth of this inner strength that is coming through for you. Card number 14, which is card number 5, which is again this change that is coming through for you, but also the 5 universal year that we're moving into. 2021 is a 5 universal year. So this might be truly the theme for you for the year ahead, is kind of the energy that I'm picking up on. This is your solar plexus chakra. So this is regaining this sense also of confidence in a certain space, is an energy that's coming through for you. Maybe in a certain field of study is also an energy that's coming through with that Sagittarius energy for the feminines, but also again that Jupiter energy that's coming through. Maybe spiritual study, it's having confidence in your abilities as well. Again, if you're a teacher of any kind, or even if you're a creative, maybe if you're a masculine, or just identify more with the masculine energy. Yeah, there's this inner rebirth that's happening, that you need time to work through and to process, is kind of the energy that's coming through. You do have the card of family, which is your root chakra, and it's also card number 5. So 5-5, so definitely a change in whatever it is that you have been doing in having yourself in all these different areas of your life. When you need to tend to yourself, maybe you're creating a family, you're stepping into a family, or you need just some more family time, is an energy that's coming through. Yeah, you need to regroup. Reroot, though, is the energy that's coming through. Reroot, reground yourself into also your own personal truth, is an energy that's coming through. If you are honest with yourself, what is it that you truly want? Are you trying to escape something or avoid something by distracting yourself in all these different aspects in your life? Abundance. There is also an energy. Okay, so there's an energy of, what does abundance mean to you? Does it just mean money? Is kind of an energy that's coming through. Like, how do you acknowledge the aspect or this idea of abundance in your life? There may be an energy of you need to focus that more on family, is the message that's coming through, and even on yourself, the wholeness within yourself, the strength within yourself. Okay, Divine Beloved, please show me how to feel fully deserving to receive. Yeah, you guys need to receive. You're out and doing too many things. I release my ego's plan and open to being a vehicle for abundance. I release my ego's plan. Is also an energy that's coming through. This is kind of a similar energy to, I think it was the Geminis. that I read for that are trying to give to other people. Maybe you guys might want to, the Gemini message might resonate for you, depending, again, maybe where it is in your chart and how it's affecting you, but also because we did have that Gemini full moon, November 30th, but the beginning of December. So that energy may still be with you. I mean, we're only in the second week, and this is definitely could be a theme. It was an eclipse, so the energy is more intense as well, and more long lasting in terms of how it kind of plays through in your life and how, yeah. But yeah, Gemini's energy was like they're giving so much to other people, and there was an energy of like they're losing their sense of self because they're giving so much and they're not receiving in return, but they were giving in the intention to be acknowledged, to be seen, to be heard, to be accepted is the energy that was coming through. And it was about coming back into yourself to know that you are worthy within yourself. And there are things maybe that have been coming up for you, maybe some shadow work, maybe some the energy that came through for the Geminis was this idea of addictions or substances or this lust energy, like things that they were desiring that weren't maybe necessarily the best for them in the long haul, in the long term. And again, it was about coming back to yourself and coming back to your truth, to find a little bit more balance with the amount of love that you give to yourself. And again, for some of you, this might be the amount of love that you give to your family. The family card also came out for the Libras, so maybe you guys want to watch that message as well to see if there's a message in there for you. But the family card came through for the Libras, which is also very much about ancestors. So this could be about ancestors as well, and understanding the ways that your ancestors have brought, or your family have brought, abundance into your life in ways, in aspects that are not monetary based. Maybe in the truth that they have provided for you. But yeah, that is the energy coming through for you. I'm going to pull a tarot card for you to see any additional message or guidance that you might want to work with to work through this shadow that's coming through. Again, don't feel bad to take time to rest as well. Like Taurus energy with this bull that's coming through, again, is a very hard worker, is very methodical, is very steady, and like there's an energy of like constant with this Taurus energy. But Taurus is also ruled by the planet of Venus. Taurus also knows how to relax in luxury and to pamper itself is kind of the energy that's coming through, to be pampered and to just receive, again, that energy that was coming through for you, to receive in abundance in whatever way that, again, spirit or your ancestors have in store for you. This is releasing your ego's plan and trusting that your family / your ancestors or even your community is an energy that's coming through, wants to fill you up, wants to fill your cup. Also maybe in the ways that you have been constantly filling other people's cup, or you in even better ways as well, is an energy that's coming through. Let me know if that resonates also in the comments down below, if that makes sense to you. But what is your tarot card, my Aquarius, for the month of December? Just one card, please. One card, please. Get a lot of water energy come through, though, so you can maybe work with the element of water to support you in this space. I'm just looking for one card. That's why I also keep putting them back. They're spitting out two cards. There we go. Thank you. Two of Wands. So you can work with the element of fire this month as well. I'm going to read this card for you. Two of Wands. Hardship, awkwardness, madness, confusion, delirium, uncertainty, fears for the future, and sadness. Fears for the future is the energy that's standing out for me, because Two of Wands is also like you're standing at the crossroads, but you're deciding whether you're going to make a step in one direction or the other direction. Again, there's that energy of confusion of if I take a risk, if I take a chance in this space, which is bringing me to this inner strength energy and the Leo energy that came through. If I take a risk, if I take a chance in this space, will it bring me maybe the reward, the abundance that I'm looking for? There's fears about how something is going to, again, like if you are someone who is overworking all the time, or just spreading yourself in all these different areas, serving all these different people, and you don't take time for yourself, because there is a fear possibly of, if you aren't doing those things, are you seen as unproductive, is also an energy that's coming through. Spirit wants to fill you though. Spirit wants to give to you. Spirit wants to bless you is kind of the energy that's coming through, but you have to be in a space to receive. You have to be in a space that is vulnerable enough to open up to that cup, right? I'm surprised that Four of Cups didn't come out, but I'm still feeling that energy of you have to be open to what Spirit wants to give to you, instead of just looking at all these things that you have, or all these things that you have put your energy in or your emotions in, that again maybe didn't manifest in the way that you thought they would, or in the abundant nature that you thought they would, and acknowledge that Spirit is trying to support you right now. Spirit is trying to give to you, but you're not in the energy to receive. So like, don't miss the blessing. Don't miss the blessing by standing in this stagnant space of confusion. Take a leap of faith towards your healing, towards your pampering is also an energy that's coming through a little bit for my Aquarius. Queen of Wands, yeah. There's definitely an energy of gaining and regaining your confidence in a certain space. Okay, so High Priestess also wants to show its face. This is about trusting your intuition. This is about the secrets that your ancestors are trying to, like, this is about, hold on, I'm going to read it. This is about spiritual secrets and understandings. Reason and language are the themes for this deck, the High Priestess. Wisdom, intuition, empathy, and receptiveness. The feminine cosmic principle. Guide of dreams. Also maybe pay attention to your dream space as well. Yeah, there's an energy of that is where you may connect to your subconscious and maybe this childhood energy and fears that you need to work through. Or that just needs some attention to heal and to transform is also an energy that's coming through. The shadow of this card is flight from reality, falseness, instability, difficulties with the feminine side. Yeah, there was an energy, like I was definitely picking up more of the masculine energy, right, with the Leo's energy and the inner strength. So you could be a masculine who's having struggles tapping into your feminine energy. Or you can be a feminine who is having struggles tapping into your feminine energy, maybe because you have been operating in your masculine energy by putting yourself out there in all these different spaces, maybe creatively as well, with that Leo's energy and also with this Queen of Wands energy. Look, you have King of Pentacles under the Queen of Wands, which is that more stable, grounded, again, reground, right? Was the energy that I was talking about. Abundant. King of Pentacles is definitely abundant. And then you have the card of Death under that. And then there's this energy of intuition. And divine wisdom. So I'm also kind of feeling like maybe this is who you portray yourself to be in the outside world when you're out doing all this work, doing all these different things, searching for abundance and trying to secure your future in whatever way, in these creative ways, or this this money, like focused on money, focused on physical abundance with the King of Pentacles as well. And there's an energy of like, again, these may be the energies that you are operating, or sorry, you may be operating in these energies, in the shadow of these energies instead of the light of these energies. So you need to transform that and tap into your higher wisdom, tap into your spiritual wisdom as well, and understanding and guidance of where you're meant to go, the next step that you're meant to take, and having faith despite the fears is also an energy that's coming through. Again, this inner strength to know also that you will be okay. You are protected. You are allowed to be vulnerable in this space. Again, especially if this is your family space, if you're, or your ancestral space, or if you're creating a family as well. Is the energy that is coming through for you, my Aquarius. So I hope that message resonated with you. I hope it makes sense to you. Again, you can work with the elements of earth is definitely coming through, and fire is definitely coming through. I'm feeling that candle magic as well. Again, you had the Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles, and then the Death card. So I feel like there may be an aspect of those energies that needs to be transformed, so that you can step into this space of receiving, and you are actually stable and secure and abundant and protected, and magnetizing also your blessings to you. Again, in this space of being receptive, the ability to receive also information, because there's definitely going to be a lot of information that is coming through for you during the month of December and as we move into the new year. Again, you can work with your root chakra and your solar plexus chakra to support you in regrounding and also gaining your confidence in a healthier way. And then again, you have the numbers 5-5 that are supporting you. So if you see 5-5, or even 10, right? 5 and 5 equals 10. And this energy of completion that's also coming through for you. You're completing this cycle of overworking, of also avoiding maybe the things that you need to pay a little bit more attention to, possibly within your family or within the decisions of where you're going in your life. Again, you're being truthful with yourself and with others about what you want and what you hope for, and you're being receptive to the information that is coming through to you, to the abundance that is coming through to you in whatever way Spirit decides, the universe, your ancestors, your own also inner knowing decides is meant to come through for you in the way that it is meant to come through for you. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that was clear. I hope that this is supportive to you this month in your healing and in your journey. And I will see you in my next one. Happy healing. Bye.